Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to break down a mid-sized single pouch EDC kit. That is an everyday carry kit. Have all these here for size comparison. This is the one we're going to be featuring today, okay? The intermediate sized kit. This Leatherman Surge is here for a size comparison. So this is the kit. The size we're talking about here, fairly thick, right, but definitely shorter than a Leatherman Surge. And this pouch is an E-Fest pouch, if you want to buy that on Amazon. E-Fest pouch. It's normally used to hold batteries. But first, as far as how do you actually carry this pouch, it does not have a belt loop. Well, if you want to carry this on a belt, as opposed to, let's say, inside a larger container or free in a pocket, you make, or at least I make, a little harness or a little carrying device for it. This is a Velcro belt loop. Allows me to put this on a belt without removing the belt. And if you want to know how to make this, take an old pouch that you have and, rip the Velcro strap part off and then attach some Ranger bands. These are Ranger bands. If you do not have extra large size Ranger bands, you can order them from Amazon. Now, Ranger bands are just bicycle tubing. They're elastic, right? So when you need your pouch, you can just pull that to the side and take out your whole pouch. Okay, let's break into this everyday carry kit and see what we have in here. I like this container because it opens up all the way. You can have immediate access to all your stuff, and this is how it all fits inside the kit. Obviously it's important to have everything measured and organized so that you can immediately get whatever you need. All right, so that's how it looks. All right, so let's just start breaking this down. We have a pen. This is in no particular order. We have a lighter, Bic lighter. We have a multi-tool, and it is pretty much the biggest one that can fit in this container. We have a very powerful little flashlight. We have a titanium pry bar type tool. All right, and over on this side, we have a utility knife. This is actually dental floss. We have some Ranger bands there. We have some ibuprofen. We have some different types of utility blades, serrated and a ceramic, that can be changed out of that utility knife. And we have some first aid components here. We've got the triple antibiotic ointment, the alcohol prep pads, and a few band-aids. And before I get into the other stuff, let me just talk about the pen. This is just a stopgap. I need to get a better pen for this kit. This was a pen that had actually a little LED light in the end of it, and that part broke. Okay, so you see there's just a little compartment there. So this is just kind of a cheap stopgap pen because it's the size that can fit. But yeah, I am gonna shop around for better pens. So that's not officially in the kit. It's just temporarily in the kit, a mini pen. And here is the contents laid out in a more organized fashion. This corner here are the tools, and you can see the tool section is pretty much the bulk of this kit. Also, you can see I'm trying to keep things simple, relatively few components, not 1,000 little doodads in there. Now, the Leatherman Juice is absolutely the largest multi-tool that I could fit in the container, right? You see that there. And now if you compare this to full-size or extra large size multi-tools, you might not like it compared to a Surge, but tools of that size were not an option. Keep in mind, in the smaller kit, we can only fit a Leatherman squirt. Okay, so when you compare a Leatherman squirt to this juice, you do get a significant increase in the number of tools, the size of the tools, basically just more capabilities. As for a utility knife, why is a utility knife useful? For the draw cuts, pretty self-explanatory. I feel a pry tool is very good to have. This is a Schrade titanium pry tool, so because it's titanium, it's quite light in weight. It also has some other features, a strap cutter, bottle opener, 2 flatheads, but mainly this is for prying. This is going to prevent you from misusing your multi-tool and prevent you from breaking your multi-tool by trying to pry with it. So I do think it's cool to have a dedicated pry tool in there. As for a light, I choose the EagleTac D25C. It's over 400 lumens for such a small light. And I like it because it has 2 mode cycles. I use the simplified mode cycle, which only has 2 modes. One is the brightest mode, which is extremely bright. I mean, just blanks out everything. And 2 is the strobe. And those are the only modes in that cycle, which to me is ideal for emergencies. And it's basically one of the brightest lights you can get. And I like the activation. It's a little bit better than a twist head, in my opinion. So highly recommend this light. The lighter is pretty self-explanatory. This is a Bic Click, which has piezoelectric ignition, which is basically the easiest activation. It's the length of a Bic Mini, but it's the width of a full-size Bic. So it gives you a little more capacity than a Mini, and it's easier to use, and I chose the orange, in case I drop it, easier to find, so that's why I thought this would be the best lighter for this kit. The first aid stuff is meant to deal with small lacerations. You've got prep pads to clean the wound, antibiotics in case it gets, it's getting dirty, and you've got several different size band-aids, and then the ibuprofen is just to deal with just things such as a headache. Okay, so we do what we can with that limited space. The building and repair materials part, in this size of kit, there's not really a lot of room to go for too much stuff in that category. I did consider duct tape, but just the fact is, in order for this to fit, you have to start folding up the duct tape, and it becomes pretty thick fairly soon. And the bottom line is there just wasn't enough room to carry enough duct tape. Okay, so I have this in a larger kit. The same with paracord. You could put like a paracord key fob in here, but it just is not big enough for me to carry enough paracord that it would actually matter. All right, and the space is pretty tight in here, so I reached a compromise. These are items I can fit in the kit. The dental floss is here as cordage, okay? I don't have that to floss your teeth, although you could use it as such, but I have that as cordage. Dental floss is very tough stuff for its size and weight. I actually saw one of those documentaries on, it's a prison documentary, and the people in the prison did not have access to duct tape and stuff like that, and they were using dental floss for all kinds of things. And this is a Ranger band, which is just bicycle tubing. It's actually several Ranger bands in here. They're folded, so different sizes and lengths. And you can use the scissors on this to cut this as you need. So that is the kit. I try to stick very closely to my philosophy of 1, simplicity, 2, having the highest quality items within the limits of the space that I have to use. Right, and yeah, I think I stuck to the philosophy well. All right, I do hope you enjoyed the video, And stay tuned for, I'm going to do similar videos for my different sizes, both smaller and larger sizes of everyday carry kit. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.